all geared up. We'll see that in just a minute here. But I noticed that you had a few of these slides in here to show what you had to wear before you went in there.
Could you go back a moment? I just wanted to make a comment. This airplane had been hit by flak. You can see part of the aileron was shot away. Anyway, I thought
And it still flew.
Yeah, well, you couldn't. It wouldn't go down with this. I mean, that was an incredible airplane. Okay, I just wanted to bring that up.
We'll show your what you had to wear here. And now we know that at altitude where you're flying, you had to wear some warm clothing. Was this one of the electric types of uniforms that you could plug in?
Well, yes, the electric was underneath the lamb wool that you wore. The electric was like, it looked like BBDs. You had a shirt, long sleeves, you had long pants, and the two connected into each other. You had heavy, looked like socks, but it wasn't. That plugged into the bottom of the pants. Gloves attached to the sleeves, and then there was a cord. You went into the side of the airplane, and your body was heated because at those altitudes. And then you had the lamb's wool over boots, the pants, the jacket, and of course that helmet. So you were warm.
What were the temperatures?
You know, I don't know, but most of them were below zero. It was very cold. Everybody in the airplane was hooked in like that.
What altitude?
The bombing altitudes varied from 22, 23, 24 to as much as 28,000, depending on the weather and the targets, and especially the targets if they were heavy industrial, and it had a tremendous amount of round, flak, anti-aircraft guns that they usually flew. The groups were all staggered. I didn't want to get ahead of this, but they were staggered. They would fly in like this or like that. If all of our squadrons were alive, meaning all airplanes were flying, even our formation was staggered in threes. It'd be three, all staggered, so we could have some protection from a ground fire.
Let's take a look. Let's see what.
This is the oxygen mask, and that also was plugged in because at that altitude we're in straight oxygen.
Yeah, above 14.5, you'd have oxygen at all times. So let's talk about like what did it look like during a bombing run, and then some of the other different formations that we were just talking about too are coming up. But so here you are coming up on target, and you had 35 missions, right? 35 times you had to get ready to go on one of these deals, and it was exciting the time you delivered the airplane, but was it the same feeling as you came up on target, or were you scared?
It depended on the amount of the attack. If it was a big target, the German Air Force had a lot of fighters coming at us, but I want you to all to understand that we were not alone. If it was any target involved more than one group, so it could be 2 or 3 groups, or a big target that was ball bearings or electrical or assembly, oil, refineries. There could be 5 or 6 groups up in, one group would be up here, one over there, one there, one up there, and maybe it was 5, 6 miles long of 5 times 18 airplanes.
Right.
You've got a lot going on there.
Wow. And kind of looking, we talked about this a minute ago, but different perspective now when you're in the airplane. What did it look like when you were like looking up the contrails here? And we know that's caused by the engine heat and the cold environment.
Correct.
That's pretty spooky. I don't know what you guys think about that. And it's hard to explain this unless you've actually been in the front of a bomber and or the rear of a bomber, you've had fighter airplanes coming in and attacking you. I've had that perspective, not with live fire, but you did. than we did looking down at the contrails, and they're everywhere.
It's true, at some point, when it's a big raid, a lot of groups, and, sometimes, a few times it's happened that the weather was such that there were so many contrails from so many bombers that this is a picture going to the target, so you can see it's separated. You get, that many bomb groups with 18 bombers times 8, it would get solid. You couldn't even see through these.
Wow.
So everybody was watching the group. There was a leader in the bomb, a lead bomber, command bomber, and when they dropped, everybody dropped.
Incredible. So this kind of made you a target too, though, didn't it? For enemy fighters to find you guys.
Right.
So basically an arrow pointing right to the target where they had to go.
No, that's true. The only time you didn't have the fighters is when they began the actual bomb run. The German fighters had to pull away because they could get hit by flak, but they didn't stay away too far. As the first group went through, then they could get attacked. Not all of these bombers were attacked at once. They picked one group that was clear of the bomb run, or some that was tailing it. And thank God for the Mustang.
Let's talk about that. We talked about being under attack. That was one of the slides that you provided here. Again, you're a target right there. It's easy for these guys to attack you. And
1, 2, 3, 4. Those were 4 Messerschmitt 109s attacking the group. And like I say, it was a matter of seconds once they were spotted and